And we are live at Waffle Board Breaks. How's everybody doing? Like out of order. Usually you don't do Wednesdays. We do third party boxes on Wednesdays. And today we have a Hit Parade Elite autographed Series 8 24-25. We haven't had Hit Parade for at least 6 months, maybe 7 months, maybe back in February or March, I think was the last time we had some Hit Parade boxes in. We have done that regularly, semi regularly. Obviously, we've done East Coast. We had them probably in after we had the last Hit Parade boxes. And several series ago, obviously, Big Al is opening up East Coast right now. Actually, he just opened up a couple boxes. He does Monday and Wednesdays over there. So, usually when I did my East Coast boxes, I would open up my box earlier. I know he does his stuff starting around 9. So 9:40, finally get to his two boxes today. So if I get some more of these hit parades, I'll probably open them a little earlier than on Wednesday since we filled. I wasn't sure it was definitely gonna fill today. So we got it filled and we're gonna break it. Just the one box I have in now. Like I said, you guys seem like this. Obviously, it's some great headliners. Obviously, with the community hits, the Mario Lemieux and the Connor McDavid. It's nice to have those two as community hits because it gives everybody a chance if we do manage to hit one of them. So it's always nice to give them. I don't want to have Pittsburgh and Edmonton locked down for whoever's fastest. I'd like to have those two absolute monsters available to everybody that grabs spots because like I said, I know the favorites are always going to go quick. Headliners, of course, go quick, and then it's going to take a little while. We had only 3 spots left today, and they got grabbed. Dale came in and grabbed. He got Montreal and Vancouver, and then CK closed us with Detroit. But there's always going to be a couple spots that take a little longer. We know that their regular hit parade lead is tend to be pretty heavy with customs, but obviously they're headliners. You can see right there whether they're licensed or not. It looks like the majority of them are this series, including the McDavid. The Lemieux may or may not be. We'll see what comes out. I would hope that would be, but we'll see. I think the other headliners probably are all licensed. You can tell some of them definitely are, but we know there's good stuff on the partial checklist that's also licensed. In the past, the elite hit parade's been probably about 80%, I believe, is what I've guesstimated from just seeing the amount of boxes I've seen and the amount of licensed stuff, and especially the names we see. Some of the names we see sometimes are even licensed and custom. We've seen that. We've seen both of the same name being licensed and custom in the series. Doesn't happen often, but we'll see. What's going on, Adamar? Nice you got a spot tonight. We had a pretty good group of guys. Let me see. We got I'll show the list up. We got CK's in spot 1 with Detroit, Thomas M in spot 2 with Ottawa, Larry V's in spot 3 with Boston. That's his boys. Brett G's got the Kings in spot 4. Daryl L's got Vancouver in spot 5. CK's got Florida in spot 6. Big Al's got Dallas in spot 7. Don't spoil it if he hits. He's been on fire in my boxes, so we'll see if he hits in the hit parade box. Ron's got Carolina in spot 8. Thomas M also has Buffalo in spot 9. Devin D has the Island in spot 10. CK's got his Rangers in spot 11. Brett G's got Minnesota in spot 12. Ron's got Colorado in spot 13. Adam, you have the Devils in spot 14. Daryl L's got Montreal in spot 15. And Larry V's got Chicago in spot 16. So I think all these picture headliners, those teams are claimed except the Philadelphia Flyers. There's Eric Lindros Fanatics Premium on the headliners. We know there's 100 boxes in the series, so they basically they distribute one headliner per case. So if 10 cases of this product is made, that each of the cases has a headliner. So when you order boxes individually, they're coming from one of their cases they open and they kind of just, they distribute them as the orders come in. So, full cases go out sealed if people order them. I know Big Al's ordered them in the past. We've had a couple other breakers have ordered full cases of Hit Parade, and you're guaranteed. What's up, Thomas M? Coming over from Big Al's, watching him hit. He had Thomas or Big Al over there. He had these East Coast boxes. He had a Fanatics Premium, Trevor Linden Canucks jersey, blue home. Then he had a Connor Zary Calgary Flames alternate. It was kind of cool. You don't see a lot of Zary stuff, so it's always nice. I would always probably grab him if I ever saw him on the in my interwebs searches looking for flame stuff. Always have trouble time finding flame stuff. I'm so always hunting for Ginlas. I mean, they don't come up too often, but I do my best trying to find some good flame stuff. So it's always tough. Especially the West Coast teams, Anaheim, the Kings, Vancouver, Sharks. The Sharks seem to come on a little more frequently now with their they've been top 5 picks for the last half decade, and they're starting to filter their team fill out their team. What's up? Oh yeah, you having again? Yeah, we can talk. Like I said, I'm always open to talks with you guys. If you have stuff that you think would go good in the boxes, I'm always willing to discuss. But like I said, I do a lot of searching on my own. Like I said, I was happy with what I had available, so that's why I decided to do 19 boxes with the 20 jerseys for Sunday. So all those pictures are there. Spots are live on eBay for you guys to get your bids in. I'll be doing the boxing up video. If I don't get to it Friday, I'll definitely get to it Saturday morning, so you guys see the jerseys in the box, in the bags, closer up of some of the inscriptions stuff. The pictures are all pretty good on the Facebook page. But like I said, I'm getting there for the following reload. Obviously, we won't be doing that until at some point in time in October. Like I said, gives us, probably still another 4 weeks. We're probably going to reload when we get down to the mid 20s. I think we're going to get down to 21 like we had the last couple. This load gives me another, bit of a buffer. I know it can get tough. I hate to get the spot prices up as high as they are for this week, and I know it's tougher for you guys to grab more spots when we do that. And it's the cost effective for me. It's better to have a few more spots in there. So it's probably best to get down to 25 is probably the best. 24 maybe is where I'm more comfortable doing. 22, 21, it's almost painful. So, but I love seeing you guys hit these. You guys are, have a, dogged determination to hit these spots. You guys chase your favorites. And of course, sometimes you grab a spot out of the blue and that hits. So with my boxes, I said, I'm always happy for whoever hits. And, I commiserate with the guys that don't hit, and especially when you go on losing streaks. I've been in your shoes. So I know exactly how it feels. But the Hit Parade, like I said, that's out of my hands. These third-party stuff, we've had very success. We've had some really good stuff come out, some great, pictured headliners we've hit. We've hit a lot of customs as usual, but I mean, it's a good cheap stab. It's good to have that as an option. I'm not going to have one every single Wednesday for us, but maybe I'll try to get it like every other week. I'll put an order in and we'll have some boxes, because like I said, as long as I have pretty good headliners, it doesn't seem like tons of people are doing it elsewhere, so it's not like I can get comparisons. We're not able to see headliners hit elsewhere, and then I can kind of adjust price wise. But so it's like I said, it's good. Like I said, I'm definitely getting the stuff ready to go out this weekend. Everybody's hit from Sunday, and then yesterday, and then tomorrow, and this. So I basically have an extra jersey to go out this week. So like I said, you guys, like I said, I appreciate the fill. We got all spots in 16, you guys. So we'll do the end ones for everybody, and then we'll get the break in it, and then we'll see who gets the jersey. So it's gonna be fun. So let's get that. Like I said, I had to set up all my spreadsheets and stuff because I haven't done Hit Parade boxes in many months. So I had to start kind of from scratch. So I was working on that, earlier on when I was getting my Google Chrome sheets. So let me get my, of course, we're going to do a random, the list. I guess we just do, we're going to do 7 times. We'll do that. We'll do 7 times the teams, and then we'll drop in that order into the spreadsheet. So that's easy. We'll just do 7. I don't want to get it too crazy with that. So I really don't need my dice. We're not going to do a dice roll, but I have the list of teams unclaimed right in the randomizer. And where is that? Let me get the spreadsheet up. Okay, there we go. So let's get over for this. Okay, so here's all the ones I was saying. These are all the claimed teams, 1 through 16. And then, of course, all the unclaimed teams are here. And, of course, they're in the randomizer already. So we'll just copy and paste them into the column B, and that's where you'll see which random team you get. So we'll randomize this list of unclaimed teams 7 times and then drop them back into column B. And here they are in alphabetical order, just like they are in the randomizer. Seattle, of course, is in there because we know Seattle has jerseys that has been in the Hit Parade products. Arizona is now Utah, so if you hit Arizona stuff, it will go to Utah. There's no Arizona spot. That is, even though it's technically new franchise, they've just inherited the teams. They didn't inherit any of the franchises' records or histories. It's a completely new franchise, but they have the entire Arizona roster came there, so it still counts as them. So if there are Coyotes jerseys, Desert Dog jerseys will go to Utah. Everything else is pretty standard. Of course, it'll go to the team on the jersey. It doesn't matter if they played 15 years in one station. If it's a jersey of a team we have, it'll go to them. So there's nothing really kind of kooky lately in Hit Parade. I haven't seen Trediak on the partial, so that's not something we have to worry about hitting tonight. But or that obviously the 1980 Olympics team was unclaimed. We don't have an unclaimed spot. It would go to everybody. If we ever have a jersey hits that's not affiliated, we'll just do it random to the 32 spots. So let's get this going. We'll do this list 7 times, and then we're going to drop it into the spreadsheet just for our second teams. Here we go. 1, 16 teams. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here is final order of the end ones. There they are. And we go Washington all the way through Utah. So there we go. Get that up. Copy that. And we go to our spreadsheet. And we'll drop that in there. There we go. So they're in order, Washington there. So there we go. CK now has Detroit and Washington. Thomas M's got Ottawa and Nashville. Boston, Larry with Tampa Bay. Brett's got the Kings and Calgary. Daryl's got Vancouver and the Ducks. CK has got Florida and the Oil. Big Al's got Dallas and St. Louis. Ron's got Carolina and Winnipeg. The Winnipeg's, I think, is a pretty good team. We'll see what comes out. Buffalo. Thomas also has the Sharks. Devin's got the Isle and the Leafs. CK's got the Rangers and the Flyers. There you are. Lindros hits. Obviously, CK looked into that as a random, the only unclaimed headliner. Brett's got Minnesota and Seattle, the Kraken. Ron's got Colorado and the Jackets. Adam has the Devils and the Vegas Golden Knights, which has come out pretty regularly out of Hit Parade. So we'll see. And it's usually licensed. I've never seen, I can't remember the last time I saw a custom Golden Knight jersey. So Vegas Golden Knight hits, it tends to be a licensed jersey. And then Daryl's got Montreal and Pittsburgh. Larry's got Chicago and Utah. So there is the Utah Hockey Club, now known as the Mammoth. So there we go. So I'm sure the jersey will be the Utah Hockey Club jersey. So we've seen them come out of Hit Parade as well. So there it is, ready to go. Let's get back to our box. Okay, there we go. So you guys know your teams. We'll go back to the list after we hit, so there's no confusion. Here we go. Hit Parade. Short, quick, and sweet. We're not spend too much time. Box 96 of 100. Like I said, I believe they still have them on the website, so I can order more. Like I said, we'll see what comes out. It'd be nice to hit a headliner. It'd be nice to hit a licensed. But like I said, we're definitely going to have a autographed jersey come out of here. So like I said, customs. I've accepted customs I'm spoiled because I do all licensed in my product, but knowing the need for customs, every other sport uses customs heavily because they don't have as beautiful an artwork as the crest on hockey jersey. So I understand the reason, cost effective wise, to get large number of autographs on numbers to make custom jersey ups later, or to have custom jerseys available to sign in stacks is much cheaper. And obviously with football and basketball and baseball, you don't have the element of the beautiful crest on those jerseys. So hockey tends to be the best of the sports to do licensed stuff, but I understand the need and the desire for custom jerseys. Of course, when you frame a jersey up, it really doesn't matter what's on the front. Like I said, the only framed up jersey I have myself is the Kucherov, and it is a custom. So I would hate to see, obviously any of my, beautiful, Tampa jerseys framed up. But I mean, you got to do it. If that's all you have, it's a licensed jersey. I've seen a lot of real beautiful framed up licensed jerseys. I mean, people, if you had taken some a framing place, they do a great job to make sure you see the sleeve numbers or patches. But like I said, if you have a C, you're not going to see it in the frame. If you have, an honorary patch to, deceased founder of the club, or if it's a special game, I mean, you may miss those patches if you frame up one of these really cool jerseys. So hockey jerseys, I like them better when they're not framed, but it's nice to have them framed as well. And custom jerseys give us the opportunity to frame stuff up. So I don't mind the necessity of having custom jerseys. And like I said, it makes products like this great because you can filter in some really, really nice high-end licensed stuff with the lower end, more affordable custom stuff. And like I said, some of the names that come out of here, even if they are custom, absolutely amazing. Like I said, I think Hip Parade still has the Swedish hockey great Börje Salming, who's passed away. They have his stuff on customs, and you still see them come out of Hip Parade products. They had Mike Bossy stuff for a long time, and now that we're losing a lot of these Hall of Famers and legends, they're starting to lose them a little more regularly. Obviously Hip Parade has a pretty good stock of old custom jerseys of these players. So we've been seeing old Red Wings and Canadians and Leafs, come out for years out of Hip Parade, and they're starting to lose a lot of these guys. And I mean, they're not necessarily Ken Dryden. Obviously, Ken Dryden is one of the greatest of all time, and he didn't sign anything, customs and licensed. So you don't see Ken Dryden jerseys very often. But other members of the Maple Leafs, the Canadians, the Red Wings, the Blackhawks, the Rangers, start losing the greats. Obviously, we lost Ed Jockman last week or so, and he's been coming out of customs out of Hip Parade for many years. As long as I know hockey jerseys coming out of boxes like this, I've been seeing Ed Jockman customs. So I can't even remember the last time I saw an Ed Jockman licensed jersey. But so we'll see what comes out. So good luck, everybody. This was, again, we had 96 out of 100. Like I said, I'm more than happy to order more. I feel that, we have a good enough room that you guys will, grab spots if I do like one every other week or something like that. But just to grab some more, until the next series comes out. I I like chasing the McDavid, and I like chasing the Lemieux. I would absolutely love to see either of those come out. No matter what comes out, we're happy with it. But at the same time, we should love to see some of these monsters. So obviously yesterday we hit an absolute beautiful jersey out of my boxes. The Brady Tkachuk, black Adidas Pro. And we'll say, like I said, we have some great jerseys there on the table. We're down to 22 boxes for tomorrow. So if you're a regular buying spots, definitely come back. If you're not buying spots, definitely come back for the show, because tomorrow's going to be exciting. Like I said, it's a weird week. I got so much work to do with the reload, and I'm so excited to do tomorrow's box, and I'm really happy this filled. So we'll see what comes out tonight. So good luck, everybody. Here we go. Hip Parade, first one I got of Series 8. Let's see what we got. And this is, I think I recognize that. Oh, no, this is not who I thought it was going to be. This is just a certification card. I got stacks of those. They include one now pretty much with every one of their jerseys. So there's nothing different about them. This is going to the last spot mojo, Detroit Red Wings. I think this is going to be Mickey Redmond, Detroit Red Wings. I believe it's probably a custom. I mean, obviously, the older Red Wings you don't see on license very often. But you got to remember, the Detroit Red Wings jerseys only have 2 colors, and even their customs look exactly like their regular jerseys. There you go. Mickey Redmond's custom hit parade. And believe this is it. Let me see. Mickey Redmond. All you newbies may not know who Mickey Redmond is, but obviously Mickey Redmond, long-time player. And there it is. It is a custom Detroit Red Wings Mickey Redmond. There is a JSA certification. There's no card or anything that comes with this. There it is. It is a custom Mickey Redmond's Detroit Red Wings Legends. There we go. Number 20. I saw a 20. I wasn't sure. I think the Robitaille wore 20, but I remember I definitely wasn't his signature. And I think Cicerelli was 22, I believe it was there, but I saw the 2. So I was thinking maybe it was a Cicerelli. But there we go. Mickey Redmond going to CK. Last spot mojo. Mickey Redmond on the Detroit Red Wings custom. There we go. Very good. Congratulations on that one. Sorry, of course, for everybody that did not hit. I know there's lots of great spots still in that set. So, like I said, I mean, I don't expect there to be multiple Mickey Redmonds, but like I said, you guys seem to enjoy the product. Like I said, it's a good cheap stab. It's nice to have something to break on a non-waffle board break night. So that was kind of cool. Like, that's fun. Like I said, it's obviously not one of the big monsters, and I would love to see one of them come out, but it's a legend, Mickey Redmond, Detroit Red Wings, and JSA certified. So there's nothing janky about that, obviously, other than just being a custom. So I'm sure it'll find a good home if Chris is not going to add it to his PC as a Ranger fan. But there we go, Mickey Redmond. There we go. That's how it goes tonight. So thank you very much, everybody. Congratulations again to CK. I look forward. Like I said, he's been hot elsewhere, not so much in my room and in other jersey breaks, but he's been all over with some of the older products. So, I'm hitting cards pretty regularly. So his win streak continued a little bit towards here. We'll see how that goes to him. But thank you much, guys. I will see you guys that are coming back tomorrow for the last Facebook waffle board break box before the reload. I will see everybody back here tomorrow, 8 p.m., and then we'll break at 9:30. So thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Adam, Thomas, and Larry. Thanks for stopping by live, Daryl. Love to see you guys have come back. I'm looking forward. Like I said, I don't have anything on the way to me. It only takes a couple days if I put an order in. So we'll see as we get through the reload weekend. Obviously, I do have a freebie. Obviously, I was mentioning that yesterday and Sunday. For anybody that gets spots this Sunday, there will be a freebie. It's also a custom, but it's a cool custom. 3-time NHL Stanley Cup winner as a player. He scored one of the greatest double overtime series winning goals in Stanley Cup history. If anybody, that's just a hint I gave out. If anybody has a guess, definitely let me know. I don't want to give any more hints until Sunday, but that's gonna be cool to see it come out. Like, obviously, it's good to give away freebies to you guys. I'd like to get back. So that'll be Sunday night with the first break of the reload. It'll be, if we don't hit a double tomorrow, that means there'll be 2 double boxes. So it'll be 42 spots in 40 boxes on Sunday. So that'd be fun. But tomorrow we're down to 22. We'll see what comes out. 1 double box tomorrow. So there's 23 total jerseys in tomorrow's claim, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I look forward to seeing you guys back here, and we'll get that done. I'm excited. It's like Christmas Eve, waiting for the last box before the reload tomorrow. So thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Get back to whatever you're doing. And I'll see you guys tomorrow and on Sunday. Take care, guys. Waffle Board Breaks is out of here.